Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to almost a blast from the past. I filmed a video like this way back. I think I was even back in Sweden when I filmed it, basically talking about my favorite products from my least favorite brands. And I was doing some research of like what kind of videos I wanted to do this fall, and I realized that I could do an updated version of this one because I got some thoughts. And I've got some updated things to talk about, so we are gonna dive into that right now. I did film this look and it is filmed with my palettes with Oden. The Trick or Treat and the Little Ghost palette, these are still available, and these are the palettes that's on my eyes. And I will link all the things that I have on my face, including my amazing Ahsoka Tano sweatshirt that I bought. I will link all of that down in the description box together with the products that I'm going to be talking about today, because these are nice products. And when I say my least favorite brands, I don't necessarily mean, and I'll talk a little bit about that when we get into the products, I don't mean that I hate these brands. I don't even mean that I avoid these brands. It is just brands that I have not had the best luck with, or brands that are not super inspiring in what they release. And when I was going through this and I was going to the brand's website, I was trying to brainstorm what are the brands that I'm not super excited about and why, and what products do they have that I actually recommend. One of the brands I started thinking about was Urban Decay, and I went to the Urban Decay website and I found nothing. Okay, hear me out. The face spray mixer, the all day blah blah blah, it's a nice sprayer, it really is, and it's probably the one keeping the brand afloat right now. There is nothing right now that is available from the brand that is a favorite for me. The concealer is nice, but it's not my favorite. The palettes, some of them are okay, but it's not like I will be like, this is my favorite product. I feel like I don't have anything that I like from Urban Decay, and I was looking at their lip products and I was like, I don't love any of this. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I am like putting it out in the universe. I was gonna say manifesting, but I don't believe in manifesting, but I'm hoping to see something from Urban Decay that I love in the future. But another brand, and you know that I have been such a Makeup Revolution hater, and I apologize because they actually do have some great products. And last time that I did this, I was having a little bit more of a harder time figuring out something that I like from Makeup Revolution, but I actually think that Makeup Revolution has started releasing some really good products. Not all of them, but they do cream products, cream complexion products, really nice. And this bronzer that is the Ultra Cream Bronzer, I have it in medium. Honestly, one of my favorite cream bronzers. I mentioned this one in the yearly favorites. Also, their Charlotte Tilbury dupe, you know, the ones in the squeezy tubes with the little poof. They're better than the e.l.f. ones. They're better than the Milani ones. They're actually kind of nice. Definitely recommend those as well in case you were balling on a budget and wanted to try out that concept but didn't want to buy the $40 plus ones from Charlotte Tilbury. But this one, I really like this one. Like, really like this one. I think it is beautiful. It comes in other shades. I know there are other YouTubers out there that rave about this one as well. And I think that if you wanted to try a cream bronzer, and you don't want to buy an expensive one, this one, it is available at Ulta. I will link it down below. Really recommend it. And this is the one that made me go, I should try more things from this brand, because clearly they have some things going on. And I also have tried a couple of more things from Too Faced, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way Healthy Glow Broad Spectrum blah 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 moisturizing skin tint. I really like this one. It dries down pretty matte though. And that's why I think that some people probably thought that this was going to be a dewy, radiant skin tint, but it actually dries down pretty matte, and it is a light to medium coverage. It reminds me a lot of the Fenty one, if I'm going to be honest, the Eavesdrop one. It reminds me a lot about that one, and I think that this is a beautiful one. Probably has less coverage than the Fenty Eavesdrop, the liquid one, if we're going to be like nitpicky about it. I also was thinking about that Italian Spritz palette. That was a great palette. I think that was released this year. That was a really nice palette. It almost took me by surprise. I also really love the lip liner by Too Faced. It's that one that you click up. The reason why I didn't mention that one is because I think that that one has too little product in it. I have gone through two. And I think that that shows that there's too little product in it if I go through 2 of them, because I have a lot of makeup and I don't use that lip liner every time I do my lips. So I really think that it's too expensive for what it is, but it's a good lip liner. Too Faced is just one of those brands that I either think it's too boring and predictable, or I think that the formulas that I have tried haven't really been amazing for me, and they're a little bit safe in their color stories or the things that they are like releasing overall in color choices. But I mean, I really do like this one. But if you have dry skin and you're looking for something dewy, this isn't gonna give you that. But if you're looking for a skin tint and you don't want something dewy or sticky, you want something that dries down a bit, you might actually like this one. I think this one is really good. I really like this one. Morphe, here's how I feel about Morphe. I think that Morphe, when they became really popular in 2015-16, they were extremely good quality for the time and for the price that they were offering. But I don't really feel like they have been growing with the times and keeping up with the trends and keeping up with the newness when it comes to formulations, which I feel like a lot of mainstream brands have like fallen behind and been just overrun by some brands that have been really pushing the envelope on like good eyeshadow formulas. And I really think that Morphe, they just fell behind, and the formulas that they had that were good for the price at the time are now just, I don't want to say mediocre, but I really think that they're a little hit or miss when it comes to their products. And I've tried, I think, some lip products. Have I tried some concealers? I think I like the blush and the bronzer when they were released. I don't even know if they're available anymore, but something that I really do like and that I still have in my collection and that I do recommend from the brand are the lip liners. They're really, really nice. These wooden ones, I have it in Honeymoon and Backseat Love. They're the color pencils, and these are the ones, they have it for the eyes as well. Those are also nice. But these are the ones for the lips, and you can see mine needs sharpening in the worst way possible. These are good quality pencils. They're only $6. They come in a bunch of colors and they're affordable, and I definitely recommend them. I have 2 of the lighter ones. But yeah, Morphe is just not a brand that inspires me, and every time they release a palette, it just feels so tired. Like it feels, the whole brand feels tired. I mean, I guess this is why they were filing for bankruptcy. Now let's talk about 2 of the brands that are 3. I have, oh my god, am I gonna get canceled? Don't hate me. I'm going to talk about 3 of the darling brands right now. These are 3 brands that people love. They love these brands. These brands can do no wrong, especially on TikTok and Instagram. People love these brands. But I'm honestly not super impressed for different reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. First, Merit. I have the bronzer here. I actually like the cream bronzer. It is sheer, which I appreciate. It is not super emollient, but it also is not drying, and it is a little bit sheer, which makes it very easy to work with. You're not gonna accidentally overdo it. So if you're looking for an easy to work with cream bronzer, I do recommend the one from Merit. Their cream shadows, some of the worst products I've ever tried in my life. I absolutely hate them. On me, they crease. They crease, they're hard to work with, they're patchy, they're tuggy, they're sheer, they're just not, I don't like them on me, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like how they look on others either, but that's a preference thing. I don't like that sheer wash of what I think is a patchy color on the lid. I don't think it looks appealing, but that's my preference. A lot of people look at this eye look and they're like, I don't want this. You look like a clown. I agree. I look like a clown, but I'm a very happy clown. So it's all about preferences, but I hated those cream shadows. I thought the quality honestly is awful. There's so many easy one and done eyeshadows. Those just are not it for me. I also think the lip, it's a glosses or oils. I don't love those either. The applicator is just wrong. It doesn't pick up any product. It doesn't really do a lot on the lips. And I honestly think that it's a little uninspiring altogether. Lipsticks are fine. Lipsticks are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I was sent actually by Merit. I was sent the blush, the cream blush. I have not tried that one yet because I just recently got that into my collection. So that is one of those things that I will be trying out and just seeing how I feel about it. And maybe I'll like it the way I like the bronzer. But I just feel like Merit, and I'm not saying that I hate this brand. I just don't think it's worth the hype. Am I allowed to say that? I just don't think it's worth the hype. It's such a hyped up brand. And I don't think that they're that exciting. And I also think a lot of the products that they're producing are nice or sometimes even bad. And I'm just like, are they worth the hype? I don't know about that. Another brand, and I haven't tried everything from this brand. I definitely have not tried everything, but I've tried quite a lot of things from Kosas. Also a very, very hype brand. I know a lot of people are saying that their concealer has gone bad. Mine has not. It still smells like concealer, and I've had mine for quite a bit. I bought this when it came out, so I actually think that mine is still good. The foundation, I did not like it. I thought it was too greasy on me. I didn't think it held up good on me. I didn't like it at all. I honestly thought it was a bad foundation. The bronzer, I bought the old one before they reformulated, and it went rancid immediately in my collection. And I rebought it and I still think it smells a little rancid. I also bought the lip liners from them and they didn't have any preservatives in them, and mine was rancid when I received them. And I feel like this brand is just, it's getting so much hype. Their products are just going bad left, right, and center. And from the things that I've tried, I'm like, oh, it's fine. But I feel like it's a gamble. If you buy a Kosas product, it might be okay. It might be really good, but it also might be rancid when you receive it. And I just don't think that the brand is worth the hype that they're getting, in my humble opinion. That's just how I feel. The last brand that I'm going to talk about is also one of those darling brands. Everybody loves this brand, and I think that the aesthetic of the brand just isn't really for me, and that is Patrick Ta. Hear me out, don't exit, don't unsubscribe. I think that he is doing that model of duty, TikTok, no makeup look that everybody is loving right now. And I think that his marketing is just genius with how he is promoting his products and who he is sending PR to and all of that. I think he is genius. The products that I have tried, the cream bronzer and powder bronzer duo, I thought it was okay, but nothing more. I decluttered it. The cream blush, powder blush duo, I thought it was okay, nothing more. I decluttered it. The foundation and powder duo was in my worst products of last year. One of the worst foundations I've ever used in my life. It actually looked like porridge on my skin. It was so greasy and buttery in the worst way and just moved around my skin and just clunked up. It had the longevity of a Hubba Bubba. You know, the ones that you taste them for 3 seconds and then they're gone. That foundation, absolutely not. I have combo skin and it just broke up on me within just a few hours, if even that. It was just absolutely horrible. I decluttered it. I have not tried the eyeshadow palettes, and the reason why I haven't tried them is that I don't think the color combinations that he is coming up with is worth the price tag that he is charging for the palettes. It's very neutral, which people love. Clearly I do not. So I think that the eyeshadow palettes, they're probably great quality, but they're expensive. They're like Natasha Denona expensive, and I would rather buy a Natasha Denona with a formula that I know I like with a little bit more interesting color combos than any of the 3 neutral palettes that he has come up with. Nothing against the brand. I'm sure the eyeshadow palettes are fun. It's just a brand that doesn't inspire me. The things that I've tried have been meh. I tried a lip liner. It's okay, but it cracks and crumbles. I feel like all of the products that I have tried from the brand have been meh. It's okay, but I don't think it's worth the high-end price tag, and it's definitely not making me super excited about the brand, except the brow gel. I love this brow gel. I think it is amazing. I know some people have told me that you get like white particles in your brows when you use it. I will say, for me, I use this every time I do my makeup, and I noticed once when it starts to dry up that I get that, and then it's time for me to replace it. So this one lasts for me about 2-3 months, and then I need to replace it, which I feel like is a decent time for the result that I'm getting. I am though in the market to try something else as well, and I think I will be picking up the brow gel from Milk Makeup because I've heard it's really good during the Sephora sale, just to see if it's like as good. But this one, I think it's called the Major Brow Lamination Gel. I love it. I really, really love it. All of the other products I've tried, meh. Except the foundation, that was truly not my journey. I don't know whose journey it is. that was it. Those were the products. I would love to hear, do you have any products from brands that you're like meh? You're either indifferent, or it's brands that you don't love, or brands that you have really bad luck with, but then there are like this 1 or 2 products that you're like, oh, these are amazing. I absolutely love them. I want to do some other variations of this. I of course want to do my least favorite products from my favorite brands. And I also want to do something more like products that should be more hyped from hype brands. Because I feel like I have some stuff like that I want to talk about as well. I just want to film more chatty videos. That's basically where I'm at. I just want to film more chatty videos. I want to talk. I'm a chatty Betty. I just want to talk. Let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you again really soon in a new video. Bye!